Hello, welcome to RT Magazine, a show about Middletown High School, its students, and the community. News about you and for you. I'm Lydia Vandre. This week's show is brought to you by
Shockley Honda, located across from Westview on Route 85.
Good morning, I'm Jack Schmiel. In this week's show, Mallory Beck previews a new take on a classic holiday tradition. Gabby Pieklo lets us in on the secrets behind making Myersville look festive for the holidays. Morgan Vandre recommends a hilarious show that's neither new nor just for girls. And we return to Gabby Pieklo to watch how she adds her own style to the Myersville decorations. Back to you, Lydia.
Thanks, Jack. As the holidays approach, the time has come around for the D. Buchanan Studio of Dance to perform its annual holiday show, The Nutcracker. However, recent COVID-19 events have put a twist on this year's performance. RT reporter Mallory Beck gives us a look at how the studio continued their tradition in these unprecedented times.
It's that time of year for the D. Buchanan Studio of Dance to be presenting their annual Nutcracker Ballet. However, due to COVID, things had to be a bit different this year. The studio has decided to film Nutcracker the movie.
This year, for our production, instead of being able to do a live stage performance as usual, we had to come up with something a little bit inventive, and we could have tried to maybe rent a stage so that we could have done filming to an empty theater. But then we also would have had to have like dressing room space and things that we would have had to deal with all of the students, and that didn't seem feasible. So instead, we first, a resident here in Middletown let us use the outside of their home so that we had this Victorian facade that everybody was approaching for the beginning of the party. And then we had a friend who was gracious enough to let us use their large living room area. So we filmed in bits. We filmed little scenes at a time. So we only had a few dancers at a time through most of the shoot. And we did the Stahlbaum house that way. And then we just kind of created the best stage that we could in our biggest studio. And then that's how we did like Land of the Sweets and the battle and those things. But again, we never had to have all of the dancers there in order to be able to do it. So now we're able to put it together scene by scene.
Many safety precautions were taken during filming the movie.
Well, the dancers remained masked throughout unless they had a solo or a place that they could kind of be away from everyone and we could see their beautiful smiles for a few seconds. But for the most part, they remained masked, and they are rock stars at it because they've been doing this for months now, and they're just going full speed ahead. You don't even, it's like they've just completely refused to let it impact them when they're performing. So it's been amazing. We maintained distance anytime that we weren't in choreo, and even in choreo, we resisted a lot of the things that we would usually do and tried to create additional space with that. And of course, like all of the sanitization and disinfecting and hand sanitizing and temp checks and all of those things as well.
The studio has come up with a unique way to share the movie with the community.
We're really excited because we're going to do a few things. We're going to get to have a drive-in, and that Middletown United Methodist Church has been really, really gracious, and so we are able to do a drive-in there for 2 evenings. We are going to have a video on demand option so that people can rent the movie, and then they have like 2 days to watch it as much as they want. And then all of our families are going to have a permanent link that is for them, either a DVD or a link.
Many long hours of rehearsals have led to the filming of the movie, and currently it is in production of being put together. I decided to take a closer look at the experience and talk to a few of the dancers involved.
My name is Kate Hartinger. I am Clara in the Nutcracker, and I'm in 9th grade.
My name is Hannah Middlecoff. I'm the Sugar Plum Fairy, and I'm in 10th grade.
I'm Jordan Wonick. I'm a sophomore, and I'm the Fairy of Magic this year.
I'm Natalie Stamper. I'm a junior, and I am the Fairy of Grace.
My name is Keller Knight. I'm a sophomore, and I am the Nutcracker and the Cavalier this year.
My name is Jessica Mickelson. I'm a senior, and I'm the Baker this year. My name is Erin Katie. I'm a junior and I am Arabian.
I am excited this year to be Clara for the 3rd time and see what this year holds.
I'm excited about wearing the sugar plum costume.
The crown. I am most excited about being able to perform a new role in this new kind of situation.
I am most excited to watch the movie because normally I don't get to watch the performance, but this year I will.
I'm excited that we're doing something different and we have a chance to make it a movie and do new things with the Nutcracker, so I'm excited for that.
So this year, Arabian is actually going to be a trio, and I'm really excited to start a whole new dance.
My favorite sweet is personally the chocolate dance because I really like the fans.
I really like coffee. Probably coffee.
My favorite dance is Arabian.
Like the coffee Arabian one.
My favorite dance is snow.
Be sure to check out the D. Buchanan Studio of Dance YouTube channel for a behind-the-scenes special known as Behind the Sweets, which features a lot of backstage footage, bloopers, and more.
Up next, Gabby Pieklo takes us through Main Street, Myersville, and tells us about their small-town tradition that's guaranteed to get everyone in the holiday spirit. Let's take a look.
For 8 years, Myersville has been displaying wooden snowmen decorated by the community up and down Main Street. Head organizer Debbie Bruns tells us about this charity fundraiser and who's involved with the project.
The first year, the Parks and Rec Committee paid for the snowmen, so they funded all the expenses, and we gave them away for free to friends and local organizations like the Girl Scouts and businesses, just to see if it's something that would work. And then the next year we decided it did work, and because the Parks and Rec Committee at the time that I was doing it through is a not-for-profit, so I said, well, let's give the money to a charity. So in 2013, we started giving that to a charity. And this year and last year, Brandenburg and Sons Painting donated the paint, and we have an anonymous donor that has paid for everything else. So 100% of the profits, 100% of the money goes to the charity. So this year, the charity will get almost $1,100. Last year, the charity got a little over $1,000. So I'm hoping that continues, that we still get those sponsors that will pay for all the supplies. So since the very beginning, we probably have donated over $5,000 to local charities. And then my husband and I just do it now pretty much ourselves. We have occasionally a Girl Scouts troop will help out with painting. We had that one year. And then sometimes friends will help. And then we take care of the installation.
She tells us where on Main Street the snowmen are displayed and how long they stay up.
17, and then they go down to the end where the white church is, which is the part of Main Street that Myersville takes care of and owns. We typically put them up the first weekend in December, and in mid-January, depending on the weather, we will take them down.
She shares how she got the idea for this project.
I guess I just wanted something fun to do in Myersville that the community could get involved in, and just thought this would be a great idea to do something a little bit different. And it's become a big hit. I think social media has definitely helped get the word out. Like this year we had about six people on the wait list waiting for a snowman. So the word's starting to get out and people want to get them, do them every year.
If you would like to decorate a snowman, you're in luck.
Anybody in the community. We open it up to businesses, organizations like Girl Scouts, families. The doctor's office does one. And we just advertise on Facebook, and they just have to send an email and reserve them, and it's first come, first served. So once all of them are reserved, we'll have a wait list if some become available.
She shares some final words of gratitude.
I think just like a thank you to the community for doing this and having fun with it, and it's always fun to see the decorations every year, the snowmen. And Brandenburg and Sons Painting for donating the supplies, and a thank you to the anonymous donor that's donated other supplies. And Sue Slimmer, every year she puts up our welcome to Myersville Snowman, so she keeps doing that for us. And then just the family and friends and groups that have helped out, you know, getting them together. Just a thank you to everybody. And I hope everyone enjoys it.
Everyone enjoys a classic sitcom. RT reporter Morgan Vandre has been watching one in particular that recently gained popularity after its final season was added to Netflix, and she assures you you will enjoy it too. With its humorous and emotional aspects, witty characters, and amusing plotline, what's not to love?
Ever wondered what it's like to start completely fresh? New Girl is the perfect TV show to lighten the mood and make you smile.
Who's that girl? Who's that girl? It's Jess.
This relatable, timeless classic never ceases to make me laugh, and I could watch it time and time again. It has the perfect mix of emotion, humor, romance, and reality, and highlights appreciating and making the most out of your life no matter where it takes you. The story begins when a girl moves into a loft with 3 single guys after a huge breakup.
I thought you were women.
Why would you think that? That's crazy.
It takes you along on their day-to-day lives as you fall in love with each of the characters and their differences and how close they all become. Jess, played by Zooey Deschanel, is an awkward, positive, and creative person who pulls the group together.
Also, I like to sing to myself a lot. A lot. Whoever's holding the feeling stick has permission to say whatever he or she is feeling without being judged. I have a travel size.
No.
There's Nick, an underachiever and a bartender, played by Jake Johnson.
I'm not convinced I know how to read. I've just memorized a lot of words.
How do you think this is your towel? Do you even wash it?
No, I don't wash the towel. The towel washes me. I refuse to pay for the Wi-Fi.
It's Wi-Fi.
Schmidt, a motivated and detail-oriented businessman, played by Max Greenfield.
I'm gonna assume that these are your spices jammed in here with my spices.
Yep.
I would really appreciate it if your non-Tahitian vanilla was not touching my Tahitian vanilla.
And Winston, an ex-pro basketball player and cat lover, played by Lamorne Morris.
Ferguson, where have you been? Huh? When you leave the house, you take your cell phone with you.
Along with Jess's best friend Cece, played by Hannah Simone. The group goes from a group of strangers to unlikely friends to family, and you learn to love them more and more. Whether you just need something to make you smile or laugh, New Girl never disappoints, and I recommend watching it on Netflix.
Previously, Gabby Pieklo gave us a look at the snowman standing on Main Street in Myersville. Now, he shows us how she took part in the winter festivities herself by taking us along as she crafts her very own snowman.
Hello everyone, I'm here to show you how I made my snowman, and it's going to be a dog. So this is what the snowman looks like before. I'm going to use black felt to make it look like a Dalmatian. So first I'm going to use the felt and cut out the shapes that I want. So I'm just going to cut out a bunch of little spots for the dog. And then I'm going to do ears and a nose and eyes and probably some whiskers too. I don't know. Whiskers are more noticeable on cats, but we'll see. Okay, now I cut out all of the little spots that I'm going to put on them. And I set aside a few squares to do the eyes, the nose, the little mouth, and one for whiskers or like little dots if I wanted them. And then I'll cut more for the ears. So this is my layout of the front without the ears. So I just put the spots in different places, and put the face on. So I have my front layout, and now for the back, I'm just going to put the rest of the spots on after I attach the felt to the front. I'm going to attach them using the staple gun because I don't want to use hot glue or anything because it'll probably fall off with wind and rain and stuff. So I'm just going to use the staple gun. So it kind of looks like my dog has piercings everywhere because the staples are silver. But here's how it looks. And I didn't do the little spots on the face because they're too small for the staple gun. But yeah, you can see the staples. But from far away, you can't really see them. So cars driving past won't see them. And it'll be fine. So now I'm gonna staple gun the spots to the back. So this is what the back looks like. I just stapled all of the spots on. So this is it so far. In the back. So I need to do the ears and the tail, and that's it. Oh wait, I'm actually putting a shirt on it for my business. That's why I'm making it a dog. But I'll show you the dog before the shirt so you can see it before and after I set it up. So this is the final product before the shirt, not the actual final product. I ran out of staples, so the back of this ear isn't attached, but that's okay. Here's the dog without the shirt, with the shirt, and here's its setup on the street.
That's it for this episode of RT Magazine, part of the Roundtable's multimedia experience. Thanks for watching. You can find all of our episodes on mhsroundtable.com, or you can download our app, Student News Source, for access to all our articles, videos, and podcasts. Have a great week.